Welcome to another video on my walking robot Mirft2. And as you can see, if you watch this series, then you notice that this is not standing on the ground, on the floor. And that means that I am going to do an attempt in reconstruction, because I finally got what I need to make it stronger. Two of these encoder motors, and that's not going to be easy, but it has some consequences as well, because now there will be 4 motors. Here are 4 motors. Now I realize that I have to start all over, because what is this anyway? I've made a walking robot, insect width, 6 legs, 3 and 3, with a camera, as well as 2 touch sensors on front, supposed to make images, which it does. And then while using OpenCV, give me a nice image up till the last episode. That doesn't go without a struggle. The TXT controller from fischertechnik runs embedded Linux, programmed in online mode in Python, so I really program on this system. I don't copy the program. It has 8 digital inputs, 4 motors, 4 counters, on off. Well, actually, this is 9 volts output. This is input, 9 volts input. As yet, at this moment, no input, because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to reconstruct it. So, back to where I started. Motor. It's an encoder motor. So it uses counter pulses, and I need to put it here. One here, one here. However, this is occupied by this lamp. So yes, that means that this lamp will go. So far, this lamp indicated that the program started. Well, no more. Will I use it? Well, the wire, yes, without a doubt. Will I use the lamp? Which is, by the way, an LED. You can see that it's an LED because it has a plus and a minus. Lamps don't have a plus and a minus. They have, they are unidirectional. This is just two-sided. Anyway, I have to take off this part to put both of the motors in. After that, I can see if my attempts so far using Blender are correct. So, where do I start? Well, taking off this one. I'm not taking off the wires. And this one may go just as well. And then take all this off, because it is this base that I have to extend. And whether I'm extending in that way or that way, then this way is easier, because here are hardly any wires. So, yeah, let's start. Right, apart from these motors, I have to make the same wheel construction as I have here. and that is this red stuff. Yeah, red behind the leg. So I have constructed this. They will go on opposite sides. And I have taken away this one, so all I have to do now is lifting the whole thing, if it lets me, but it will have to. And that is a challenge, because this is higher than this part. And then I have to take a good look. Okay. And yes, now they are coming away. So this can be identical, no problem. And this has to slide in. And then the other question is, of course, how do the motors fit? The motors fit this way. So I have to fit one in here. Or more easily in here, like this. And the other one, counter side. But that is that will be another question, because this has a very long slide and it should be in here. So I better take this one, slide it here, and then it fits. And then the other motor as well, counter side. Connect them in between somehow, and then the motors are placed. Not connected yet, but placed. So let's see how that works out. Alright, now one motor is fully wired. They're both attached. This part, which was originally just this one, is in place as well. The power wire, no, not the power wire, yeah, the output wire, which came from the LED, has been reused now, and the motor wires, the encoder wires, have been completely installed. This is an output and this is an output, so these two motors will go on this output. Then this part will go, of these parts will go here, so that one of the engines is by now fully installed. At least that's the idea. Now, yes, that is better. So this is the idea. And now I have to fix another wire, just like this one, to add here for the power. And then fit these wires right here. And then I can apply this one on this side. And that's just the installation of the two motors. The gears come next. And by now the second motor has been rewired, or has been wired actually. And what was nearly a problem, the length of this new wire. You measure it, and when you actually fix it, then it has just the length that it needs. And I thought it would be too long. So, now this part on here, it is nicely fit. And then I have to make the construction like this, fitting it, and then see how it will do. Because this is most likely not going to work out anymore. This part will be nicely over here, but I will have to put the construction here. So how that will work out is a little bit different. Can I use the parts? Most likely. But sliding parts in or mounting parts in the holes, that's very different from these parts. Also, this part, or these parts, have been mounted because the whole frame was pushed out of each other. And the question is, what will happen if I do the same here? That's a big question. Didn't even think about it until now. Anyway, I have to build another framework here for construction of this. How to go on with that? Good question. Alright, as you can see, a different camera. But the purpose is that I want to compare now what I have with what I did in Blender. And here the big question is, of course, what combination do I have? Well, this is of course a different view with different and let me compare again. Let me tilt it a bit. So this is the area for the controller, which is different than what I modeled, because it is over here. Oh wait, yeah, it is different now, because let's see. Compared to the real one, now the controller is over here, not instead of over here. So these two, the back side of the robot, this should be here. This one over here. Same goes then, of course, for this. Not extremely realistic, but that is not the point. Now, this is better. let's see for the underground. Okay, these parts should be red. But the main question now is, yeah, and this is not very correct either with respect to the gears, although not too important. Right, this is better. And then let me remove this one. This red gear should be duplicated. Right there. 2 red gears. And then this one doesn't make any sense. And of course the same applies to this side. No, not that one. This one. Duplicate. And then try to put it there, which is almost correct. So with that one, this one is also not quite correct. So how to do this? Because looking at the real one, there's a black gear on top, right here, a red gear, and then a black gear on top. And here's a connector, or here's a block through which that thing should go. So let me push it in. Other side exactly the same, of course, but more importantly, here underneath is a complete rib with these parts. So I should actually transfer this to here. And then see how things work out. Alright, back to this camera. Thinking about the reconstruction, thinking about the parts that I have and that I still have to apply afterwards, I think I better reconstruct this one. This is now at the correct height. Thinking of the diameter of these gears, but I have to mount this and this one as well. So I better change these blocks on both sides into this one. Now I still can. Another point is that I want to do as less real reconstruction as possible, so this is in good use. That means that I have to remove this and this one. Then again, it will touch this gear, which is connected to this gear, which is connected to the other ones. And then the idea is, despite the idea in Blender with the modeling, why can't two motors drive the same gearbox? Knowing that no two motors are exactly the same, in this case they will maintain each other, I think, or support each other, slowing down the faster one or speed up the slower one, and in that way have a better gear. So first of all, I have now to take out this one. And that is of course a very nice one. Okay, yeah, this is the way I did it. So let's keep every sliding horizontal. Then this one away goes like how exactly? Therefore I have to look at the way this construction is used, which is in a downwards L shape. So this will be like this one, and this will be like this one then. Downwards L shape. And it can't be a larger block because I have to support this one. So that is one thing. Oh wait, this goes too easy because I still need the drivetrain, or whatever it is called. And then you see that with modeling you don't cover all ideas, and you may get new ones during the whole reconstruction. So the same one I will do with this part, and then see if I can get this one out nicely and fill in with these. Let's see how that one goes. And then looking at how this is, this was like this, will be like this, replacing this one already, and then filling in with this on both sides of course. So take away this one, take away this one, and insert this system, which gives another problem because this needs to be inserted as well, and another one is missing, and this has to be inserted like here. So I need to take away this one, goes here, this one here goes of course here. This used to be horizontal, and this will probably have to be changed into a horizontal slide to maintain integrity, but we'll see about that. I am not done yet. So this one goes here, in here, and then we already touch the new red gear. And then I have to move these parts. Alright, this has to be in there. Here still to do. So that needs to be fixed. and then it looks like it's standing firmly on 4 engines, 4 motors. How it will behave, that's a different question. But first fix this one, mount this under and fix this distance. Alright, so now everything is in place, kind of. I realized that I had to mount this in the same way as there. So there was some more construction than intended or thought of. This is now nicely constructed. Here needs something to fix because this is sliding out and I can't use that, of course. So if I'm going to make here a connection like I did here or something else, I don't know yet. So software has to be applied, of course. This motor has to run in the same direction as this motor, and this motor has to be in the same direction as this motor. And which motor is which? By wire, I would say this motor is number 1, and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Not very logical, but that's the way it is right now. I can also, of course, change the wires. So with this, let's use the final minutes of this video to actually log on and see how things can get to work, might get to work. Alright, back to usual position. Robot on the floor, totally reconstructed, and as you can see, I have logged into with 2 screens as usual, removed the remainders from last time, set the date, so I'm good to go. With respect to what? Well, the motors, of course, because now it's no longer motor rest and motor links, it's also motor rest 2 and motor left and motor links 2. So let's copy these and put them here. I already found out that it is 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. So if this is 1, then this is 4. And then this is 2 and this becomes 3. Not really logical, but it's the way it is. Another thing is that the lamp will go totally, completely, for now at least. So this can go, this and this and this one. Is it? Yeah, because here I have to stop, so all these are going. This is setting them, and did this sleep for 1 second and then stop. So actually I have to make a remark, which is lamp but actually an LED. Lamp start. Let's just keep it Dutch, whatever. Alright. That is nice. Let's keep 1 or 2 extra, doesn't matter. So now that I have done that, it is time for some other stuff, and I don't have much time left in this video, so I actually have to get the current distance from the other motor as well. So everything actually gets current distance, motor res, which is 2. And that goes on and on and on. And here I am not correct because I have to separate 1 and 2. Now this is 2 and this is 2. And then of course this goes as well. So I have to duplicate a lot and then see if things work out. And that is really for next time. So that will be quite a bit of coding. And what I also realize is that I need to make sure that the motors need to run in the correct direction, because if you have a gear wheel, that's one thing, but 2 gear wheels have an opposite direction, and 3 wheels then 1 opposite and 2 the same. So I have to take care of that one. Which direction will it need? Will it get? And then the current situation is, let me just start this, will be quite different from this one. So it is no longer like this, but it doesn't matter. It's been quite a nice experience, and since things have to be adapted in the real thing, here it still needs some adaptation. For instance, the battery still has to be applied. Then this needs to be done. So a lot to do. I'm still not there. And that's for next time. And with that, I say thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. Please show your appreciation by making a donation via either PayPal or Wired. And you can also become a patron to have your name mentioned as a supporter. All information about my projects you can find on my website. And on donating is under this video, and more information on donation is also on my website. This is obviously going to be continued. Have a nice day and bye bye.